So children, many of the concepts have been cleared to you concerning the topic poverty, in which I have told you the various people those are suffering from the poverty, the social and economic categories of people those are suffering from this poverty, the different interpretation made by the social scientist, in which I told you about the social exclusion and vulnerability. After that, I told you about the poverty estimates. Okay, and side by side I also discussed about the vulnerable groups, in which I told you about the social groups. In social groups, I told you that scheduled castes, scheduled tribes and women, they are suffering the most. And in economic group, I told you about the most vulnerable group was the agricultural landless labor. Okay, and side by side I told you that the women, the old people in the homes, the female infants, elderly people, these are denied equal access to resources which are available to the family. Therefore, they suffer the most and they are considered as the poorest of the poor. Side by side, I told you about the interstate disparities, in which I told you what are which are the states which are suffering the most poverty ratio, and I told you the various states which are coming out from this poverty scenario and how they have improved the conditions of their poverty or reduced the poverty in their state. That also I discussed. At last, I closed the topic with the global poverty scenario, in which I discussed about the various countries and what are the steps which various countries have adopted to reduce poverty in their state. Now children, today I am going to discuss about the various causes of poverty. This is the main topic which I am going to discuss today, the causes of poverty. Okay? So in this causes of poverty, I am going to tell you what are the various things which led our country in a poverty stream. First of all, the reason which I am going to discuss is, that is the historical reason. This is the historical reason. Now children, you know that last 200 years we were under the colonial rule. Colonial administration means under the British colonial rule. Historical. Okay, historical. So historical reason is the first reason. So last 200 years we were under total British colonial administration, and this was the main reason which brought the low level of economic development. Now children, what were the reason behind it, that we are having a low economic development in our country at that time? Number one is the policies of the colonial government. Whatever these colonial government made the policies, it ruined our traditional handicrafts, and it also discouraged development of industries like textiles. Already I told you in 8th standard also, you have read in the book also, how the peasants, the weavers, they suffered a lot in our country, due to which our traditional handicrafts were totally ruined, and side by side they didn't even give more stress on the textile development of our country. And after that, the low rate of growth also persisted in the 19th century, due to which what happened, less job opportunities were there, low grow rate of low economic growth rate was found over there. Is it clear? So failure were from the both fronts. From the both front means from the economic front also, and side by side we can see the population control. Okay, population also exploded at that time. So due to which what happened in 19th century, the low growth rate persisted because of less job opportunities, and side by side low growth rates of income. Simultaneously there was a high growth rate of population at that time. एक तो इकोनॉमिक ग्रोथ रेट हमारी कम हुई, इकोनॉमिक ग्रोथ रेट के साथ पॉपुलेशन भी एक्सप्लोड होने लग गई। एंड ये दोनों फैक्टर्स की वजह से क्या हुआ था, हमारी जो पर कैपिटा इनकम थी ये बहुत कम हो गई थी। एंड द फेलियर एट बोथ द फ्रंट्स, दैट इज फ्रॉम द इकोनॉमिक फ्रंट as well as the population control, it led to the cycle of poverty in our country. Is it clear? So this is the first historical reason, and second reason we can say the low economic growth and the population explosion. Is it clear? In the first point you are going to write about the historical reason, and in the second point you are going to write about the low economic growth and the population explosion. Let us move further to the next topic now. Okay, now next is irregular and small incomes were also there. Why? The thing is that first of all I am going to tell you the basic things behind it. Now what happened, as you know that in 1950 green revolution took place in our country, and due to this green revolution the spread of irrigations were there, many job opportunities were there created in the agricultural sector especially. But this green revolution, it was effective in only small part of our country. As you know that the people of Haryana, Punjab and eastern Uttar Pradesh, they willingly accepted this green revolution. So we can see the growth rate in some part of our country. And secondly, the industries were also there, both in the public sector as well as in the private sector. Okay, they also provided some jobs, but they were not enough to absorb all the job seekers. Okay, why? The reason is again the population growth, the population explosion. So in order to team this such large population, we are not having enough job for these job seekers. So when these people, they were not able to find a job in our country, what happened, they started moving towards the cities, in the urban areas, and they started doing lowly jobs as they became a rickshaw pullers, okay, the vendors, construction workers, domestic servants and etc. So by doing such lowly jobs they were having irregular small incomes. Okay, number one is irregular small incomes were there, and these people, this is the, you can give this as a third point, this is the third point, irregular small incomes. And you can make the background also that we were having industries both in private as well as public sector, but job seekers were more and job opportunities were less. And when these people were not able to find the job, they started doing the lowly job like becoming rickshaw pullers, vendors, construction workers, domestic servants, etc., due to which they were having irregular and small incomes. Okay, and when these people are having irregular and small incomes, they were not able to afford expensive housings. Okay, so when they were not able to afford the expensive housing, they started living in the slum areas of the cities, in the at the outer skirts of the cities, on the outer skirts of the cities, and due to which the problem of poverty, okay, became a feature of the urban sector. Okay, now we come to the high income inequalities. This is the fourth point. Another feature, high poverty rate. It has been, जब high poverty rate है तो high income क्यों हुआ? Because of high income inequalities. ये भी एक major reason था, because आपको मालूम है unequal distribution of the land and other resources took place in our country at that time. Many problems, despite having so many problems, we were not able to handle or tackle the issues in a meaningful manner. Okay, in a proper way, in a planned way, we are not able to handle these problems. And major policies which I told you, West Bengal has reduced its poverty. How? By bringing a major land reforms. Okay, by bringing a land reforms. So this major policies which was initiated by like land reforms, it aimed at redistribution of assets in rural areas. It have not been implemented properly. So redistribution of lands have not been implemented properly, and it was not so effective by most of the state governments. Okay, so when there is a lack of land resources, it became one major cause of poverty in India. Proper implementation of policy, if it had been there, it would have improved the life of the millions of rural people living in the various parts of the state. Okay, now the fifth point. This is very important question. What were the various causes of poverty? So children, please be attentive. Now I'm going to discuss about the social and cultural factors. What were the social and cultural factors? And at last, I'm going to discuss about the economic factors also. In social and cultural factors, you have seen that there are certain social obligations. Okay, and as India, it's a diverse country. People of different religions live over here. They observe various religious ceremonies. So, what the people of India they do, including the very poor people, they spend a lot of money on their celebrations and all. Now, in order to celebrate these ceremonies, religious ceremonies, these small farmers they need money. Okay, so what they do, they borrow the money. Is it clear? In the same case with the small farmers also, for small farmers they need money to buy agricultural implements also, like seeds, fertilizers, pesticides, etc. So these poor people, even in urban areas, the people those are rickshaw pullers and all, the domestic servants and all, in order to fulfill their needs as well as to celebrate their religious ceremonies and all, like you have seen they do mundan and all at a vast scale. They celebrate like Chhat festival and all, these poor people and all, even their Diwali festival also, festivals, holy festivals, and their marriages also that take place in their families. These poor farmers, in order to purchase their agriculture equipments, what they do, they don't have their own savings, they borrow the money from the money lenders, from unorganized sector. And what they do, they, when they are unable to repay, they become the victims of the poverty and indebtedness, कर्ज के victims बन जाते हैं. इसलिए high level of indebtedness is both the cause of and the effect of poverty. Now economic factors, again I would like to tell you here, it is related to social and cultural factors itself. Economic factors, that these the people are poor, they are not having their savings and all, so they borrow the money, and when they borrow the money, they are unable to repay the money because of poverty, so they become the victim of indebtedness. Indebtedness means कर्जा, कर्ज के वो victim हो जाते हैं. इसलिए when there is high level of indebtedness, they always remain below the poverty line. So this was a big topic of 5 marks question, in which you can be asked what are the various causes of poverty which prevailed in India. So children, you are going to write all these 6 points over here. So read it carefully and be ready. Jot down the points, sum up it in a beautiful way, and write a nice answer for the same. That's much for today. Now I'm going to discuss about the anti-poverty measures in my next lecture.